Yeah, it was. It's been good and hot, which is good for us because I hadn't looked at weather, but typically is pretty humid in South Mississippi this time of year. So it's good that we had a hot week. I think challenged just a little bit. Didn't think we had a great practice yesterday. I thought today was really good. So excited to test us, find out kind of where we are, and it'll be a good test for sure. As I said, Monday, and nothing's changed. Looks like from their depth chart, they're probably looks like they're basing out of an odd front now, which last year was heavier percentage out of even front. So that's could be a little change that we've got to prepare for sure. But excited to go test ourselves.
Charlie Brewer, how do you do in practice as he gets ready to make his first start for you this set?
It was inconsistent yesterday, which was a little frustrating to me, and I challenged our coaches last night that we either got to coach it better or get it out of the game plan, and to make me feel better. And so today I think they scripted for success, and he looked good today. So hopefully that'll carry over. But some of it was us, truthfully, trying to throw something on him new, and we hadn't repped it a lot, and just so hopefully we got a plan that he gets comfortable with. But he looked good today.
How have Shadra and Malik looked in the running back room since coming back?
Shadro's fine. He just had a little hamstring that gave him a few days, but he's fine. I'd say Malik is probably 80%. He's going to travel and be ready to play. I don't know that he's 100%, but he looks good enough to play. And Trayon's gotten a lot of reps there too to give us another body. So feel pretty good about where we are there.
TJ Green's still out.
TJ's out. Mm-hmm.
Do you hope to have him back next week?
I think the goal right now it would be the third game is what the docs are telling us. So could it be next week? Possibly, I guess. But the initial feeling was week 3.
What about C.J. Daniels? What's the timeline there? Do you have?
He had his functional test this week. It didn't go great. Didn't go bad either, but he'll have to redo that next week, and then he can return to play, which obviously returning to play after that is a little slower than maybe some. So I would probably say week 3 for him too is a realistic expectation to get some snaps.
How's your O-line been performing in practice, and how do you feel they're going to respond to the challenge of Southern Miss's front?
Yeah, that Southern Miss front is very talented. They were good last year, and then obviously with the transfers they had. So, it'll be a really, really tough test for us in the opener. But I like the attitude of our O-line. I like their work ethic. I like the way they've come to work every single day, and I think they've prepared well. So I'm as confident as I could be. O-line is a tough position to play. They face better athletes than most of them most every snap. And it's not the easiest place to coach or play at that position. Yet, if O-lines play well in unison together and tough football, it sure gives you a great advantage to be able to win games. We need to be able to stay balanced, and that falls on their shoulders to create some run game. So I'm fairly optimistic, that they've prepared well. I don't know what that means yet. We'll figure that out Saturday.
How does the start position for them? I think it's Knight that plays that, the kid from Ole Miss.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. How does that impact their defense? How do they use that spot?
Well, like a nickel. So, they'll still, whether they base out of the odd or even, and they get in a mint front, it'll be a 6-man box primarily, theoretically on paper most of the time. So it's just like playing a nickel. So I'm sure they'll use him. He's very athletic, really fast, really good football player, and the other kid's good too. So they got two good ones at that spot. So, be a good nickel, good matchup.
Coach K said last week he felt he had 8 linemen that would be solid in the rotation. Has that list grown a bit here as you enter?
I think we're traveling 10, and I would expect 8 or 9 of them to play. So, and the 10th one, maybe 2, I don't know. But or we might be traveling 11. I can't remember, but no, I feel I'm like him. I feel pretty good about 8 to 9.
Ideally, how would you rotate those guys? Would it be like something mid-drive, or do you like to wait until after?
No, it would not be mid-drive. But early on in the game, we'll try to rotate. We've got a rotation where everybody can get a break, because we got X is playing some different spots, and and have a kind of he's on 2, off 1 type deal in the first half, and got that pretty much with everybody, I think.
You named Nick Brown starter at kicker on Monday. How is his week of practice?
He kicked really well today, and we tried to make it as distractive as possible, and I thought he handled it well. So hopefully that'll carry over.
Weather being equal, where would you say you're comfortable with him, just based on what you've seen?
Comfortable with Nick?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he in the mock game he had 2 from 52 that were plenty distance. So I'd say somewhere around in there.
Could you talk about your receiver group and how much it means to go into the season having most of them healthy?
Yeah, we've struggled to be healthy in that room probably all 3 years. So, we'd like to have C.J. Daniels. Obviously, he's a proven commodity. You know what you get with him, but we're fairly healthy with the rest that remain, and we're excited to see Caleb fit in with us, and C.J. Yarborough's return is helpful, and he's starting to. Seems like setting out a year affected him for sure. It's taken him a while to get back to what looked like CJ, but he's getting there, and I've seen that this week. And obviously Noah's been consistent, and Caleb Coleman's had a good camp. So those outside guys, and Brody Brum's really solid, and obviously the slots with Javion and DeMario. We're excited about what they can do at that spot.
Do you feel like you have some reliable size at that position now?
Yeah, I like the size of CJ and Caleb and Noah and both Calebs. So